Wow. Vivek Ramaswamy is a real one. He's out here, man. He's a husband. He's a father. He's an entrepreneur. He's someone that made a real push for the opportunity to become president of the United States. And he runs into Van Jones at the DNC and he goes in. This is what is lacking on the Democratic Party right here. Like, share, subscribe. Let's go.
So we got death threats. We got death threats after the thing you said. So that's Van Jones for you.
So on air, I actually don't swear. I did it very intentionally that one time, and I want you to just know about it because I think it's important. So you were on air and you said that he's a demagogue. He's dangerous. He's going to be around for 50 years, long after Donald Trump's gone. For the first time in the campaign, we get a death threat of a man who wants to show up in New Hampshire. Thankfully, the police intervened, got it. The next day, back-to-back days. So my wife's scared enough. The next day, we wake up. It's 3 a.m. We get a call from him. He's my security guard saying, thank God you picked up because we just got a call that somebody showed up at your house and has 4 dead bodies out. So that's within 48 hours. And I'm not going to attribute that to your comment because whatever it is. But for our family, you know what? Publicly, I didn't do it, but for our family, yeah, it pissed us the heck off, actually. And so the reality is, I don't try to engage in rhetoric that gets other people in danger of bodily harm. But I do think that if somebody's going to, even if you didn't intend to provoke that kind of ire on my family, yeah, in that week it landed with me. Now, at the same time, am I going to...
Test.
Do I want to set a good example for people in this country of what discourse looks like? I do. And in the heat of a presidential campaign, and I've been open about it since I left the campaign as well. My competitive spirits, sometimes stop us from being able to have the level of discourse we want. And I think you were wrongfully pushed out of the White House for your comments around 9/11, way back when as well. They were misconstrued, exactly. So what I will tell you is this. Yep. So I just wanted you to know that backdrop. That's my personal song. Don't give it to anybody else.
I will call you in a couple of days and I'll apologize to you.
Okay, well, we don't need to do any of this on air.
But I will call you right before.
And you know what we can do is you can turn the page and maybe have a chapter to demonstrate what actual good discourse looks like in this country. And that's not just on you, that's on me as well. Okay, that's on two of us. Yeah. Hey, it's classy of you to say so, and I hope we can build a friendship. I really mean that. Please do. Okay? Thank you. Take care.
First off, I want to say shout out to Van Jones because unlike Roland Martin, when he disrespected the young brother out in Chicago, at least Van Jones stood there and listened to what Vivek Ramaswamy had to say when this man so recklessly said what he said on CNN, on mainstream media, on these national platforms. These people do not understand that they have people that listen to them, that will follow them. I don't think they really understand the type of power, the type of sway that they have, out here. And you just can't say those types of things. So I do appreciate Van Jones for, one, sitting there and listening to what Vivek had to say. And when you spew the type of hatred that they spew on CNN, you have to understand that you are potentially putting people's families, wives, children in harm's way. Now I understand you may not agree with him politically. I get it. But in this country, we're in such a polarized situation right now where there is such a divide that we can't have grown men that can really sit down and have conversations without things turning to fisticuffs or, things just turning to just real vile language. And we got to do better at that. We have to do better because in the grand scheme of things, we are all Americans, whether you are a Democrat or a Republican or an independent or a liberal or a libertarian. It doesn't matter. We're all Americans. This is the one country that we have. There's nowhere else for us to go. When I hear other people, they talk that, oh, I'm an Irish American, I'm this and the third. You're not going over there. When I hear people holler, I'm an African American, you're not going over there for real. They don't accept you like that for real. This is the one country that we do have. And we got to do everything that we can to make it as great of a place that we can make it, not only for ourselves, but for our children, for our grandchildren. These two parties, man, they've really done a number on us. We know that the Democrat Party, man, they focus so much on, race, gender, sexual preference, so forth and so on. They do everything that they can to keep the people divided, but we have to do everything that we can to come together better, to come together more as American citizens of this country. And I do appreciate Van Jones for just sitting there, one, and listening to everything that Vivek had to say, because it came from a real place. And shout out to Vivek for not raising his voice, not wanting to get the fisticuffs, which I don't think that Vivek would do. But you never know what a man will do when his family, when his wife feels like she's in danger. Because our job is to protect and provide. And sometimes that does mean fisticuffs. Sometimes that does mean going to the weapons. But in this particular case, it didn't need that. That's something that wasn't necessary. But I do appreciate Van Jones sitting there and taking it. Because you got a lot of guys that are platform and gangsters, internet gangsters. They get behind these daggone keyboards and they say all types of reckless stuff. But even for me, I'm 6'2", 260. I'd like to be a lot lighter, but that's where I am right now. I see people saying a whole bunch of reckless things on the internet that I know for sure they wouldn't necessarily say to my face, but people feel emboldened to do so because it's the comment section. It is YouTube. Ain't no telling where you live at in the country, and that's okay. And I'm not one of those kind of people saying that I am an advocate for violence, because I'm not. I think that we should be able to have civil discourse in this country. I can listen to what you have to say. I hope that you would listen to what I have to say, and we can come to some agreement or agree to disagree. But we got to stop with this foolishness, man. We got to stop with this foolishness. And the left, they are huge proponents of stroking and stoking violence in this country because people don't agree with them. And they got to do better. People like Van Jones, who I don't know how much he's worth, but I'm assuming he's worth a couple M's, and other people on these mainstream liberal media platforms like a Joy Reid, like a Rachel Maddow, and so forth and so on. These people make millions of dollars a year. They shouldn't have the ability to stoke that type of, hate, that type of violence. They just shouldn't. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, though. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Drop me a comment down below. I appreciate all the love and support. Consider joining the ARP family. It supports me, the team, the channel. It gives us the ability to do what we do on a day-to-day basis. Keep God first in your life. Stay prayed up. And we'll catch up with you all next time. Peace.